NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. For a chance to come back to this very stadium in 2 weeks' time, we are off and running in the NFC Championship. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now Wilson on first down, eluding the, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the gun on third down, Wilson flush to his right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Demarius Randall, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
At the 44-yard line.
2nd and 4. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. If they didn't have that penalty a moment. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll run for it with Eckler, and he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. That'll be caught. Reagor with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll get this to Eckler. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on battle, look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
Line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Set to kick off.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Rolling to his right. That ball complete to Isabella. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And some room to work. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 31 yards there and a 1st down. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson flushed out right. Incomplete.
Wilson on the keeper. Thrown away and incomplete. It's 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Able to find Isabella. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. And this is good for a 1st down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Seahawks 3, Saints nothing.
Here's Mostert. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints have taken the lead. And Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
Is good.
And he's got it up and through.
The score, Saints 7, Seahawks 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And that's into the hands of Eckler. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the play, and it's a second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
But this is, and here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. He got out of the pocket there. Was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to throw now on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. John Simon. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Well, big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event not getting to them early.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Eckler, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The play
on target.
The pass.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Josh Lambo on for the field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Now he's going to, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 33 yards that time. To throw is Wilson. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Second and 9 on the Seahawks' 32-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes to play. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Flush to his right. This one caught by Isabella. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Mostert. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
It's third down and 10 yards to go.
Here's Wilson to throw. Flushed out right. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Watch the shit. 25, 25. Watch the shit. Watch the shit.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
53 is the line. Get that quarterback, D-line. Quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
They'll drop to throw. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. The passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Back to throw again. And he's taken down here by the Saints. John Simon, his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And not a great punt here, out of bounds in the air. They're going to say this one doesn't even get to the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Wilson dancing to his left. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards that time. Here's a toss play right to Mostert. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Hauschka with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, Smash. It's going to be a long day. Let's go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught at the 8. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On second down, Eckler. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. It's Eckler again. And he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short.
Shy of the goal line. A gain of 3 yards. Brings up 4th and goal.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And this time he is in. Austin Eckler taking it in. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. On the return, Andy Isabella. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This is Mostert. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson steps away to his left. Throw left side complete to Isabella. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. From the gun, Wilson. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that, with a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the fourth quarter. This possession, gigantic. Now Eckler. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Buying time to his left. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 more on that one and another first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 46. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And brought in by the tight end Cook. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Here is Eckler. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Austin Eckler with his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead.
Did you see them hold up four fingers at the start of the fourth quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The fourth quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. On the return, Isabella. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown. Their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Wilson.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson flushed out right. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
7. First down, Saints.
Back to throw. On the move to his left. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. Now Wilson. Forced out to his left. Incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Wilson to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
4th down.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And it all rides on this one play, a trip to the Super Bowl in the balance here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll buy some time. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Eckler. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they take a knee. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The Seahawks are the NFC champs. Time for us to sign off. Thank you so much for watching, and good night, everybody.